There's a line in the song that says, once you get started, you can't sit down. I want to change that around and say, once I sit down, I can get started. So I've taken my seat and I'm ready to get started. Good morning, Bridge Nation. I'm in the building. My name is Richie B.
DJ Audley is on location.
Your presence has been felt since 6 o'clock, sir. So has Sean and so has Jody, by the way. Good morning, team members. And we're here to take care of you until 10 o'clock this morning. Hey! All day long. That's another change in the lyrics. And it's now time for WTF. What the fact? And an interesting fact that we want to be sharing with you this morning, that over 95 million photos are uploaded each day on Instagram. Over 95 million photos. Yeah. And videos, by the way. So at least 95 million photos and videos are posted on Instagram every day. That means that even if the average person only spent 1 second looking at each photo or video, it would still take them 3 years to go through 1 day's worth of Instagram content. Yeah, that's quite revealing and an interesting fact. I have not been contributing too much to that because I don't post often.
Yeah.
Jody's looking at me because, you know, there are a number of photographs that we took even right here in the studio, and I plan to post them, but they have not gone up as yet. So I'm not making a major contributor to this number. But these are facts. Over 95 million photos are uploaded, and videos, by the way, are uploaded on Instagram every day.
That's a lot.
That means even as we're speaking, bro,
Yeah, that's
a lot is being uploaded.
That's a lot.
So, yeah, man, it's a whole lot.
Whole heap of picture that.
Mm-hmm.
And videos.
There are people who spend hours on IG. Hours upon hours. Time for update. And we want to let you know that Michael Bolton is coming to Jamaica very, very soon to perform for the Children Charity Concert, an evening with Michael Bolton. And that is all courtesy of the Issa Trust Foundation. And it promises to be quite an event. They're trying to raise some monies to do some projects in and around St. Mary and St. Anne. And Michael Bolton will be coming down to Jamaica to perform, hoping to raise a decent amount of money towards their projects. We wish them well with that concert, and we will tell you some more details about it as the morning progresses. Michael Bolton, always a very popular artist here in Jamaica, and we expect that it's going to be well supported. All right. Now, Shenseea is also in the news. Shenseea was recently in a nostalgic mood, posting a throwback video where she hailed some dancehall veterans in a freestyle. In the clip posted on her Instagram page, the blessed singer did her piece on Dave Kelly's iconic 85 rhythm, letting the world know that Buju Banton, Bounty Killer, Sizzla Kalonji, Beenie Man, and Ninja Man scored high marks in her book. Buju Banton, he is a well-known veteran. You say... ... All right, we have to edit that one. We have to edit that one. And she goes on to say, I really came a long way. Throwback to 19 years to a 19-year-old me, bigging up some of the greats who have helped to pave the way for my culture. And she shouted out Buju Banton at Ground Godzilla, at The Real Sizzla Kalonji, at King Beenie Man, at Ninja Man. And Beenie Man replied with a heart emoji in the comments, while Bounty Killer wrote, "This did go hard, sister." 100. Yeah. Meanwhile, Ninja Man added five fire emojis. So the artists are showing a lot of love for what she said. All right. It's now 6:33 a.m. That's it for update. All right. First of all, let's get ready now to listen to today's proverb of the day.
What dog say him bark all night? Ram good see it too, but it not trouble him.
Okay, let the Bridge Nation hear that one more time.
What dog say him bark all night? Ram good see it too, but it not trouble him.
Okay. Sound like the dog cord. Sound like the dog a big cord still. So, dog setting. right through the night. Don't even horse. Ram good seed too. Not no trouble him. Just let her go on through and cut. Well, the meaning of this proverb: things affect people differently. That's all that there is to that. So what dogs here embark all night? Ram good seed too, but it no trouble him. Things affect people differently. Now, we'll move on from the proverb of the day to our pet peeve of the morning. And pet peeves are things that others do that you may find annoying, irritating, and very often quite upsetting. Today's pet peeve comes from a member of the Bridge Nation. Here it is.
Yeah, Bridge Nation. My pet peeve for today is I notice in certain white-collar crimes, some people name get mentioned and others don't get mentioned in terms of, they look like it's like a class thing. So, yeah, that's, a pet peeve of mine.
Oh, white-collar crime. And some people get highlighted and others don't, kind of thing, right? Okay. That is true. That is quite true. You know, many times there are some stories that burst on the scene, and it makes the evening news, and by the following morning, that get caught.
Righty.
You want me to cite examples? No, I won't do that on air.
No.
Yeah, but he has a valid point. People have a problem with that, and we thank you, sir, for submitting your pet peeve. I think we're now very pleased to be joined by our journalist guest. She's the CEO and founder of Caribbean Invest, and her name is Felicia Persaud. Good morning, Felicia. How are you today?
A very good morning to you. I guess my coffee didn't kick in. That's why you couldn't hear me.
Oh, I see. And maybe mine was kicking in too much. But listen, happy World Press Freedom Day. How important a day is this for you as a practicing journalist?
It is indeed important, especially as we see so many reporters around the world facing risk and threats from all forces, especially here, including here in the United States. We see so many journalists getting all kinds of threats, especially on social media. And of course, with the growth of social media, we also see so many fake news and fake reporting. So it is really, we're at a very critical time in the era of journalism, but journalists are more needed than ever, I think.
I've heard it said that the backbone of any democracy is an independent, professional, and responsible media. How important and a role do you see the media playing in our society?
More critical than ever, especially with the launch of artificial intelligence and the emergence of more and more technology and people having access to technology. Now, anybody can go on social media or go and create a website and become a journalist or a so-called journalist. I think what makes a journalist different is the fact that they're able to actually tell the story from both sides, and in fact we say three sides of the story at times, and really get down to the facts of it. And we are in a critical era where I think people are getting all this false information, including politicians posting all kinds of information online on their own and that going viral and not having anyone being able to fact check that. And so I think that is really, we're seeing more and more the importance of journalists, real journalists needed in this society. Unfortunately, a lot of people are getting frustrated or getting fired and laid off because of the economy in which we're living in. Mm-hmm. But it is really a critical role for journalists to play, especially in this era. Everything has to be fact-checked now, and that is really not happening.
Mm-hmm. A lot of talk is happening now in terms of the potential impact on the field of journalism as it relates to AI, artificial intelligence. Do you think that AI can truly replace human journalists? Is that likely to happen anytime in the near future?
No, not at all. I mean, listen, I have been testing ChatGPT since last year, and it is a fascinating tool. I in fact, have upgraded to the ChatGPT Plus. It's fascinating in a way that it helps you save time in terms of some word rewriting, in terms of checking sources, in terms of posting digital content for SEO, creating the sort of meta tags, all kinds of data like that. But what is different is that we have to still do the work. We still have to make sure we're doing the interviews, we're gathering the information and feeding it into the AI. And that is really the role that journalists continue to play. So I don't think any AI can actually replace that human intelligence. The AI actually learns from the human intelligence, and it's what you feed into it that you get out of it. So that is really what I see. AI is going to save us a lot of time in terms of fact checking, in terms of writing posts for social media, in terms of checking some data online that it really pulls. It can fact check, it can do a whole lot of content generation, translation, all of these things it can do. What it can't do is actually get to the source of it, and it will actually tell you that. It will say, I'm artificial intelligence, I can't do that. So I think that is really where the difference is. So I don't see journalists going away anytime soon. I see us being able to adapt, being able to make use of AI, because it is really going to be critical, but we're not going away anytime soon.
Okay. Are there any ethical concerns now related to the use of AI in journalism? And if you say yes to that, what would some of those concerns be?
Well, there is, in terms of people actually using the AI. So I think it's more human. Just like guns don't kill people, it is people who kill people. It is the same with AI. So it is not the AI that is going to cause any sort of issues. It is the people who use the AI and how it's used. And I think that is really what we're going to see. And that's what people are concerned about, because anyone can go there and now create content and post it online or on a website, on social media, and claim to be news. And that is really going to be the issue. Is going to be a lot of fake news and misinformation, because they're not going to actually ask the AI to make sure that it's checking the sources and giving you the links to actually get to those sources. So anyone can use it for that. But I think what journalists are able to use it for is more critical, in terms of being able to fact check, and the AI actually does this very quickly. In seconds, it can fact check and tell you what sources are related to that topic or that issue, and that it can find. So I think that is really going to be the big difference in how we use it. But in terms of ethical, I don't think it is going to be that unethical as far as how we use AI as journalists, as trained journalists. I'm not talking about people who just set up a website or who are posting content online just because they want to. I think that is going to be the difference, and that is going to be very critical as we move forward, especially as we look at another World Press Freedom Day today.
Yes. Ms. Persaud, there are a number of traditional journalists who are trying to find ways and means to adapt and to get a clear understanding of the use of AI. Would you say that they need to acquire any new skills or knowledge as a requirement to have a clear understanding of AI?
Not necessarily, but they have to definitely have a little bit of digital journalism experience. So they have to understand things like SEO tagging and creating an SEO title, meta description, just topics like that. They have to know a little bit about. And that is something that we have been doing for digital journalism for years now, in terms of that is exactly what shows up if you go to post something on a website or on a WordPress site, and the back end, the CMS, the content management system, it gives you all that option. So those are the things that they have to know, because they have to you have to command the AI. The AI actually works for you, and it works best when you have just a very big grasp of how to command it in terms of what to do and how to fact check. You can actually ask the AI to generate content on a topic and give you the sources and the links to those sources, so that you can now actually check on those sources. So you just have to understand how to use the AI, and I think that is really what will take a little learning curve. But it's not it's not brain surgery. It's definitely something that is exciting. I think it's fascinating for me to be able to do it and to have this. It's sort of, I call it like my magical assistant, because it does this in seconds, and it doesn't argue with me or stress me out or take a whole long time to do this. And that is really how fascinating it is. Yesterday, for instance, I was with a colleague and we were trying to find a headline. And so I put in what we had come up with into the AI, and it in seconds it spit back out about 6 different options that we could use, and some of them we never even thought of. So that is how fascinating and exciting it is, and I think a lot of journalists are going to be very excited about this once they start testing it out.
Yes. Let me tell you what happened a while ago, Felicia Persaud. My producer just used AI to kind of look me up. And in a matter of seconds, she sent me via WhatsApp a lot of information about myself with the courtesy of AI. It really is fast and something that can be beneficial indeed. Now, before we speak a little bit about any activity that might be happening in your neck of the woods as it relates to World Press Freedom Day, are you concerned about a free press in today's world? Is it under threat?
Yes, absolutely. And that is what we're seeing all around. I mean, we have here, especially even in the U.S. now, the U.S. was once a beacon for so-called press freedom. And now we're seeing a lot of threats since we saw the rise of Donald Trump and the right wing of the Republican Party. I think that is really where we're seeing a lot of threats on, especially social media, where people from the right especially have been attacking journalists online and, really going after them, especially on Twitter. And so that is a really big concern, especially as we're looking into another elections coming up next year, the general elections in 2024 here. So that, I think, has been something we have not seen. It's been unprecedented, especially in the U.S., and people are very concerned. A lot of journalists are stressed out, very frightened at what happens because the threats are just very real. And especially in a society where people have so much access to guns and very easily, it is very, very mind-blowing and threatening for people to be able to do their jobs.
All right. And finally, any activities that you might want to highlight taking place in your neck of the woods for today?
Not here in Florida. In Florida, we have a governor that is also trying to tamper down on world press freedom. So I don't think anything is going to be happening here. But of course, across the world, a lot of events are happening. And I know, that the White House and the State Department themselves have come out and really reiterated the importance of press freedom.
All right. Happy World Press Freedom Day once again, Felicia Persaud. Great talking with you and have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you so much.
Our pleasure. Talking there with journalist and CEO as well as founder of Caribbean Invest, well-known journalist Felicia Persaud. We'd like to apologize for the absence of Michael Mitchell of the United Kingdom. He actually got caught up in an event surrounding World Press Freedom Day that he has to provide coverage for. And it turns out that he was not able to leave as there was a clash of events. So Michael maybe will join us at another time. We wish him well over there in the UK. Jody, want to start off with a discussion though on something that is creeping in, I think, in our society and other societies as well.
And it's being normalized.
Yeah.
Really. So I saw a friend of mine shared something on his status yesterday, and he was like, I'm very interested or curious about this thing that I see everybody talking about. This, I don't know if it's a pill, I don't know what it is, but it's packaged very attractively, and it's called Vibicap. Right, and what it's basically encouraging when you go on their Instagram page is that it puts you so if you're feeling down or whatever, it puts you in a good mood, right? So you all of a sudden you will have vibes, and what happened, it seems to be very popular with the younger folks and the party scene, right? And even on their Instagram page they have like persons giving their testimonial on what it is like when they take it, and I'm like, this is a reflection of somebody taking drugs. So I just want to know if we're the only set of persons realize that something is wrong with this, and you know, if it is legal. If it is legal, we need somebody to come to, you know, what is in it.
This product is being marketed, Jody, as it's a vibey cap, they call it, that will make you feel, they say, gently euphoric, enhanced senses, feel less anxious and stressed, more connected with yourself and your creative ideas and thoughts. But if that was not bad enough and make us wonder, when you look at their IG page and you see the young people and the way they react having consumed that
something
pill,
is wrong with that.
That don't look normal.
Yes, and persons in the comments are, you know, it's a 50-50 because some is like, oh, me definitely need some of that, me need to stock up on that, and others are like, is this legal? Yeah. And isn't something wrong with this? Why are we normalizing people taking drugs? Because
we're living in an age where, of course, the use of drug is being sort of almost normalized.
Yes.
The entertainers are singing about using different forms of drugs, and getting a lot of, you know,
and I see popular personalities liking the videos and stuff like that on there. So it's a call for concern for me. You know, I love the young people and I care about people, and I think that something is wrong with this and it needs to be addressed. If it is legal, then I need to find out that it is, and why is it being marketed to young people, especially young girls, because majority of it is young females, you know, taking it. And I don't know, this cannot be safe. You can't tell me that as a female I'm gonna take this and go to a party and I'm gonna be in euphoric. Come on, this is saying ecstasy, this is saying Molly, this is saying all of those things that are not safe for human consumption.
It is of concern, and we think the medical professionals need to come out and speak about this, so that we can have a clear understanding as to you know, whether or not this is something dangerous for youngsters, because so far I've only seen youngsters use it.
But they said that it's 100% natural product. But somebody, I can't even pronounce the name of one of the product that is in it, and they're like, if it is 100% normal, one of the product is basically poison. Really, it's poison. I think it comes from the mushroom, and if it comes from the mushroom, that is also a big no-no. You know, so we need to know what are the long-term effects. Our parents are aware that this drug is out and being pushed. You know, there's so much
many questions that we need to get answered.
There's so many questions, Richie. So we're definitely we're
highlighting it, not as a form of encouragement for persons to try. We're saying, we're putting it out there that persons can be aware that this could be a danger that is creeping in our society, and that the powers that be, from the health ministry and the medical professions and so on, they need to be aware of the fact that this pill called the Vibey pill is Vibey cap is now seemingly seeping.
And for parents to know, so just in case you see it, because it's so pretty, you might think it's, you know, a candy or something. So this is for parents, you know, be aware and see what's happening. If you see a child with it, you know, ask where they get it from and put them on, you know,
on watch.
On watch, and just be vigilant, because this seems...
It's actually on the screen there. Sean found it, the Vibey cap. You see attractive colors, and it catches your eyes.
Yeah.
But will you get caught or even hooked, for that matter? We need to get more details on it. So we're just highlighting it this morning. I want to thank you, Jody, for that intervention. All right? All right, I have the man who sings the song so beautifully and makes all of us feel like we're singers. Good morning, Mr. George Nooks.
Good morning.
How are you doing, George? The connection is not so good. I'm not hearing you so clearly. Let me see if we can get a little.
And that's hearing me so good?
That is much, much better, George.
All right, my brother,
So I'm happy to have you on the program, man. One of my older sisters is having a birthday today, and I just dedicated one of your songs to her, which I know she loves. So big up.
Which one of them was that?
All to thee, all to Jesus.
My blessed Savior.
Yes,
I surrender.
I surrender.
I surrender all.
Yes.
George, I want to publicly thank you once again for giving us these songs, man, and to ask you at the same time, what is the inspiration behind your heavy reliance on gospel as a part of your catalog?
Well, what can I say? I grew up with my grandmother. I was born and raised in the church, and that have never left me, The love of God, His grace and His mercy, and through it all, I've always, depend on Him to pull me through, and I've seen what God could do, and as I said before, it has never left me, and Father God, to Him be the glory, great things You have done, that wonderful voice You have given me. How could I stop? All I could do is continue to do what I have to do, my brother.
Yeah. Let me ask you a personal question, though, George. When you're out there performing, as you often do, in front of thousands of people, and you delve into your secular catalog, and then you delve into your gospel catalog, is there one side that brings you greater satisfaction?
I can't deny it. I can't deny it. I have to say the gospel.
I thought so.
Gospel.
I thought so.
Yes, it definitely is, because you know what, Richie? Many times I've tried to wonder if should I start with gospel, and then I say, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, because probably that would be the end of the show,
Yeah.
So yes, it gives me more satisfaction to dig deep down, in your soul, and just know that, we people in Jamaica, and not even Jamaica alone, because everywhere I go, gospel, when you talk and sing about God, that is where everyone wake up, regardless of what denomination or whoever they are,
Yeah.
God is God.
Yeah, man. God is always standing by. That's the song I'm going to play next, by the way. A big one from your catalog also. George.
Huge.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Huge is right. You are one of the artists with top billing on this upcoming pre-Mother's Day show. Regina Bell in concert with Marcy Griffiths, Glenn Washington, George Nooks. Definitely a big name on this bill. What can we expect from you when you touch that stage this Saturday night at Hope Gardens?
I'm ready. What can I say? What do people expect of me? All those who have seen me work before, I've tried to come better each and every time. So expect great things, When you hear they advertise me, my name is mentioned. Coming up next is George Nooks. That's it. What can I say? That will be it, my brother. I will come with my A game. I love to perform, especially when I know that people are really, really, really expecting me, and I give it my all. So they know, and I know that I'll be there, and things will be happening.
Yeah.
Expect great things.
And you know what it is to listen to your audience, and I'm sure that you're going to try to make sure that you pack in as many of, if not all of the hits that they want to hear.
I'm trying to, there's many hits, Richie, because it's coming from the 70s,
Yes.
So I've tried to pack in as much as I can.
Yeah.
There's no way I could do all of them, but
Yeah.
I pack in the big ones and surely expect them to just uplift themselves.
Yeah.
and I'm just I can't wait, man. Let's say that I can't wait. You know what I mean?
It is good to hear an artist sound so happy to be a part of a bill and also anticipating a performance. You're also joined by your good friends, Glenn Washington and of course Marcia Griffiths.
Marcia Griffiths,
yeah, it's a fantastic lineup. Not a long list of artists, but artists with a rich catalog. And then of course the R&B sensation Regina Bell. Are you excited to see her perform again?
Yes, I do. I mean, I've seen her perform many times and few times, and it's been a while now. So I'm really excited. You know,
yes,
a wonderful singer, as we all know. So, you know, we're looking forward. I mean, people, you all come enjoy this one. You know, I mean, it will be a bang. What should I say? You know,
yes.
This is something that you should miss.
Should not miss at all. Yes. The last album project that we got from you, as far as your career now is concerned, George, was I think Through It All, right?
Yes, it was.
What has been happening since that time? Obviously, that album dominated right around the world. What else are you working on?
I am working on Lovers Rock, as you know, as we speak, and another gospel album is in the making, and quite a couple of songs that's how that I did for other, you know what I mean, producers who are out there right now that is happening, and the album itself is still going Richie B as we speak, man. I mean, I dig so deep with this album that I don't know. I'm trying to reach back where I'm trying to reach back to that depth.
Yeah.
And I'm big too, you know, and I must reach it now to get something exactly to match. You know what I mean? To match it. And for all those who didn't have that album yet, Through It All, just make sure you go out and get a copy, my brother. You know? Yeah. I mean, you know, I've used the album to minister to myself, you know. Songs that I've, oh God, I cannot explain. This is one of my best so far.
It is. Yes. I agree with you. You know? Yeah, man. And the way it's being respected and accepted is an indication of that as well. Great job. Big ups to Tads and all your connections. And we look
man. Big up Tads. And as I said before, I dig deep on all those musicians that we have worked with.
Yes.
You know, I surprised myself, man, with this album.
If you haven't gotten a copy of it, go get a copy. Through It All, George Nooks. George, I know what you do when you touch the stage, man, and I'm expecting you to just that. Once again, pleasing your audience. I wish you well. Thanks for talking to us. Any final word before you go?
Well, you know, we're blessing up all the fans out there, all the people that lovers of good music, and looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. And it will be a great show. So please don't miss this one. You know what I mean? I'm coming to perform. You know what I mean?
Without a doubt. And perform songs like these. God is standing by. George Nooks, great as always, man. Have a good time. Catch you on the weekend, all right?
My brother. Blessed love.
Every time.